Hello. I'm posting this video on YouTube, and you have to not mind my dog. Look, Chloe. Look. Aw. That's Chloe. But I don't get off topic here. She likes to get in the way. She probably went in my lap, to be honest. Anyways, I'm recording this from an iPod, so it may look a little funny. Come on up. Come up, girl. Okay. Park it, buddy. Park it. Yep. She's a diva. Anyways, I wanted to put this YouTube on video to talk a little bit about, I guess, people in general. Mainly today about images. And I'm posting this and I'm sending some people here if they wish to check it out. Just to see a little bit more about me, how I sound, what I look like, how I move, my living space a little bit, and my annoying furnace which just kicked on and may get extremely loud. And I hope I'm not talking too quietly. I'm usually soft-spoken. Anyway, and I'm still overcoming a cold, so that might get annoying as well. But I wanted to talk about self-image today, and just so you can, it'll just show you a little bit more about me. Some of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube are videos of people that are just sitting there talking, because I love to hear people talk, because people are just so randomly hilarious and so unique. I love unique people. I have a little bit of stubble going on today. I haven't shaved in a while, a few days off, so forget all that stuff. Right, girl? No shave. Anyways, I'm going to start this off by saying I used to weigh 248 pounds when I was in middle school, which can definitely make it difficult, especially at that age when everyone is so judgmental. Now, fortunately, I was surrounded by people who there were judgmental people, but I never ever attacked people. I never dissed anybody, so I didn't have too much of a problem, even though I was overweight. When I looked in the mirror, I saw a larger person, but I never saw a big person. I never saw myself as extremely heavy. I was extremely heavy, I guess, though. I wore a size 38 to 42 pants, somewhere in there, and man, yeah, that kind of sums up how large I was. I never saw it as weight. I saw it more as numbers. When I got on the scale, you know, I looked in the mirror. I didn't see myself as that heavy. When I got on the scale and I read the number, that's what showed me who I was. Not who I was, but just how heavy I actually was. So I decided when I was that large, and like I said, I didn't have a problem with people. I didn't care if you were in the special ed classes, if you were the preppiest person ever. Like I said, I ate at the prep table, I ate at the special ed table. It doesn't matter. I liked, everyone was so cool, everyone was so different. I don't care. There was Catholic people, I enjoyed what they had to say. Jewish people. Holy rollers, holy rollers, holy rollers. And I guess I did know a few Satanists, and definitely know agnostics and that good stuff. And it didn't matter what religion you chose to practice, if you chose any religion to practice. None of that mattered to me, because you were here, you grew up, you learned what you learned, you went through what you went through, and it crafted you, it molded you, and throughout all that, whether you lived with parents, you lived with siblings, you had to live by yourself early, you discovered who you were, and you're still learning who you are, and that's what I loved. I love that. I still love that about people. I love how people can just attack this and attack that, and how some people are just completely carefree. I had friends that were, sorry, druggies. I had friends that were anti-alcohol, anti-tobacco, anti-everything like that. Anything that was mind-altering or anything like that. And that's cool. I loved all those people. I was just a person in the middle that lived off these people because they were so unique. And anyways, back to the weight thing. I decided that they got to a point where I needed to lose weight because I wanted to gather more people. I wanted to get to know more people. And I feel like if I lost weight, that would, improving my image would garner a larger mass of people, I guess, become more approachable. And so I did go on for that reason. I also went on to losing weight for the reason of just being more healthy. I wanted to be healthy. So I crafted a diet, and the diet started off completely ridiculous. It was basically one Little Debbie cake a day, because I could do whatever I wanted before that time. If I had 2 or 3, I had 2 or 3. And there was other things, but that was the first step. And it was so hard. It was so hard. I only wanted to eat a serving size of potato chips if I had potato chips. Another difficult thing. By the way, things you don't completely miss when you've forgotten about them. So I did that, and wasn't really losing weight. So then at dinner time with my dinner plates, I decided that, well, I wasn't going to eat anything extra than what was in my plates. And when I was full, I was going to stop. So I did that. And now these little steps, yes, I lost a few pounds, but I wanted to lose more. Okay, 248 pounds at my biggest point. And I definitely wrestled in school, so I was definitely in that heavyweight class, and I wasn't losing it to get, into a smaller weight class. I wasn't concerned about that. I was definitely the biggest kid, and that was one thing I did like actually when I was in school. I've always been muscular behind the fat, so that thing I could give props for that. Anyway, I knew my diet had to become more aggressive, so I cut out pop, and I cut out pop completely. I went over a year with absolutely no pop. I would usually have a pop at lunchtime and at supper time. No more. I only drank water. I actually became a super crazy person and drank like 9 bottles of water, 7 to 9 bottles of water a day for a long time, faucet water, or tap water. And basically, that got painful, because for some reason I felt like I had to drink that much water a day, which is completely ridiculous. But I did drink it, and I'd get a stomach ache, and I didn't learn about water poisoning until, I'm sure, after I'd already had it. But that's a story for a different time, I guess. And then I cut down the water, and then I just have water in place of my soft drinks. The weight was definitely coming up at this point in time. Some people, oh, I lost 5 pounds, so now I've lost 10 pounds now. I've lost 13 pounds now. And this just kept coming up and coming up. And then people didn't believe it, because I guess they saw me as not, when you lose weight and those types of pounds when you're that big, it takes a while to see, I guess. That's what I'm saying. But I never saw myself as fat again. I only saw the numbers. So it was a big achievement for me to lose, even if it was a pound or 2, because I watched the numbers every day. I'd watch them go up. I'd watch them come down. I didn't look at myself. I just looked at the numbers. That's how I define my weight problem. I took up one of my absolute biggest loves, badminton. With badminton, I play it every night. Me and my brother, crazy, we'd go to town with it, running me to death, come in, take a shower, get dried off, hop on the scale. I didn't check the scale every day, mind you. I checked the scale periodically, maybe every couple of weeks, more like every few days, but that, and then the weight definitely came up. At one point in time, I was getting close to that 200 mark, and I just thought, I'm really doing this. And eventually I hit in the 180s, and today I'm 176, 178. And so when I hit that 180 mark, that's probably when I realized, when I looked in the mirror and I realized I was much larger. I saw that weight finally. I saw my before and my after. I didn't see it as it was happening. I saw it after. You know, I look at pictures of myself. I never liked looking at myself in pictures. I don't know if anyone does. But it wasn't until, you know, after I'd lost all that weight and when I realized how other people probably saw me. I never saw that. I looked at the numbers, like I said. I look at the numbers on everything. It never was about how I looked. But I thought that if I looked more presentable, I could garner more attention from people. Just whatever type of thing. Maybe it'd be a little topic starter, a little conversation, you know, put the fire under the conversation, something. And I never bragged about the weight loss. I'm glad, I'm happy that I am at a much healthier weight, that I am watching myself. I do drink pop again. I do eat Little Debbie snacks again. Just not like I used to, because I never want to have those health problems later in life. But I'm saying, if you are a larger person, you don't never feel ostracized. And I'm not saying study the numbers like I did, because I'm completely psycho. but you know, don't be afraid to talk to people. They're definitely willing to talk to you. And there's so many different things. Maybe it's your weight. Maybe you're bald. Maybe you're balding. Maybe you got age. Maybe you look older than you actually are. Maybe it's your skin, your race, you know, any type of ethnicity. Maybe it's because you're afraid of what people think of your family, or they know about your family, or your last name has made some sort of reputation for you. All that stuff is just there. It's just stuff taking up space. It's clutter. You're here for a short amount of time. And it's just terrible to think that because you were worried about you and the sense of what others think about you, that you wasted so much time, you know, with that. So I think it's great to just reach out to people and approach people for who they are. I know one question I ask people a lot after I've talked to them for a while. I ask them if they could ever date a person who probably have to be in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. And I love the responses I get from that question. It's a super hard question to answer for a lot of people. And I asked someone recently that question, and they told straight up, I don't see why not. It's what's on the inside that counts. That is just a perfect answer. That is the answer that I was looking for. I asked another person that same question I had before, and her response was, honestly, no, I couldn't. And that's fine, and I respect that. It's unfortunate that you wouldn't give the person a chance, but you know, that's okay. And sometimes there are situations where, for whatever reason, you could not date a handicapped person, possibly because you know, really snowing out there, really snowing. Possibly because, you know, of your living situation, or your transportation, or, you know, any sort of stuff. Maybe your own medical problems would interfere with that, and that's fine. That's why I don't press when I ask the question. I think it's interesting. I love when people don't beat around the bush like they have to impress me or whatever. It's a hard question to answer. Now the heat's off. It's a hard question to answer, and it could be completely unfair in some circumstances. But I just like that honest feel good answer. You sleeping, girl? You sleeping? Putting her to sleep. But yeah, when we throw out all that judgmental stuff, it's all negativity. If you've ever looked at it, everything you've ever judged has, people-wise, has been in a negative light. I'm sure of it. And I love people for who they are, and not what they look like. And I'm not afraid to point out my faults, or what some people consider faults. You know, I was born with a birthmark on my head back here. So I don't know if you can see.